How's it going, guys? Sinji here, bringing you another video. But before I start, I would like to announce that I'm currently taking lessons. So if you're interested in learning from one of the greats, the description is down below. And with that being said, let's start. What's good, what's good, what's good? Sinji here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be about 5 easy tips in getting good in Smash Bros. Now, a lot of people say, oh, get good, get good, get good, but a lot of people don't know how to exactly get good in a fundamental level. Well, I'm here to help out with that. So I created 5 easy tips, 5 little simple tips for any level of player, whether it be beginner, intermediate, or even the pro level. There's many different tips, but I chose the 5 easiest ones to get used to. So with that being said, let's start. So the first step, and the very first step, and a lot of people forget this, and this is just a general human habit that people should really develop, is taking in deep breaths and closing your eyes. Now, whether you're doing practicing, whether you're practicing at home, whether you're playing friendlies with your friends, or whether it's just playing in a tournament setting, you should always take a deep breath. Taking a deep breath will relax your mind. It will cleanse out all the fears and all the little things that's going on through your mind, and it allows you to focus more into the match when it's happening. So imagine, for example, you go to a big major and you have to fight someone like MKLeo or something like that. And you're like, oh god, I gotta play MKLeo. And you reach winners finals of your pool, and you have to face him to either make it out through winners or make it out through losers. Now you sit down in a tournament setting. You know, you have your headphones, you have your controller, you're ready to play in front of the monitor. And right before the match starts, you want to take a good deep breath. Take 1 or 2 deep breaths. Take a deep breath before you select your character, and then take another deep breath right before the match starts. I guarantee you, whether you win or lose, you'll play at your absolute best, and you never feel like, oh well, I didn't play at my best, I was too nervous. But instead you would say, okay, I gave it my all. Even though I lost, I gave it my all, and I was able to play the way how I want to play and the way how I know how I play. So that's a big confidence booster. So taking deep breaths, closing your eyes is very, very, very important. Now, the second tip would be to develop different habits. Now, what I mean by develop different habits. So when you're in training mode, or if you're playing with a friend, develop different training habits. And what I mean by that is that you develop certain flow charts where you're able to do things in second nature by the time you master it. Now, habits, of course, always has a bad name to it. It's always viewed as, oh, I read his habit, he has a habit of doing this, so I'm punishing him for doing that. Habits isn't necessarily a bad thing. Habits are usually only bad when you have only 1 or 2 habits. So developing a lot of habits, like 10 or 15 or even 20 different habits with the character that you play or the characters that you play, really goes a long way. It allows you to play very solid, but at the same time, if you choose option A as one of your habits, you can just go straight to option 6 or 7 as one of your habits if you feel like your opponent is getting a read on you, and that mixes them up, and then that becomes the whole mind game war between 2 players. So you want to develop good habits, a lot more than 1 or 2. Definitely have at least 10 to even 20 habits, and that's, I guarantee you, will be really, really solid, and your opponent will play a lot more honest against you. Now, my third tip in getting really, really good, and not really, really good, but like over time you'll get really good. The third tip would be to keep your eyes on the opponent. Now, a lot of players, including top level players, tend to not look at their opponents when they're playing in a match. Whenever they're playing in a match, a lot of times they forget what their opponent is doing, and they're so focused on what they're doing that it kind of becomes an issue for them. When you have your character or characters that you play, you have to make sure that you master your character's mobility and how they function to its fullest extent. That way, when you go into a tournament, you don't really have to look at your own character. You can look at your opponent, see what they're doing, and you don't have to worry about what you're doing. You already know what you're doing. You already know what you're going to do and what plan you're going to do and what kind of setups you're going to do. And your opponent, their job is to look at what you're doing as well. They have to see what you're doing, and you have to look at what they're doing. So that way you play a lot better. You're able to see what they're doing and then counter their approach. And you say, okay, they do this, I do this. They go up high, I do this when they go up high. They go low, I hit them with this if they go low. They roll, okay, I caught your roll. And then you're able to read their defensive and offensive actions towards you, and you're able to respond accordingly because you have full mastery of your character. So that is my third way of getting good. Now, the fourth way to getting really good is develop a small study group. Now, what I mean by that is that you have a group of friends, and you know, some of your friends you might have grown up with, you probably played casually with. Some of them you might have met them through competition at tournaments. But regardless, you create a little group of friends. You create a group, you play each other, you study each other, and you help out each other. And eventually, all of you guys in this group will eventually get really, really good. I've seen some of the best players in the world, from like Brawl and Melee and Smash 4 and even in Ultimate, develop small groups, and they grind and train together, and they help out each other, and they develop groups on like Discord and Skype and Twitter groups, and they all help out each other, send links of videos of their recent matches, go over what they need to do and how to get better, and all kinds of stuff. And when they do this, eventually they grow and grow, and they get better and better. Eventually they just become a big threat to tournaments, you know. And being from New York, I see a lot of different crews, so many different crews, and a lot of people, they help out each other. A lot of crews, they help out each other and study really, really hard and get good. And I've seen people turn from like scrubs to getting really, really good at the game. So that's a really good way to getting really good. Develop a study group, create like a Discord group, or any type of group, any social media. There's so many different social medias you can use to create different study groups. So that would be my fourth way of getting really good. Now, the fifth and the final one would be to study videos. And what I mean by study videos is you don't just watch a video and be like, oh, well, that's the video. No, you watch the video, you pause the video, you use the slow down method to see every interaction within that video that happened with your play. So let's say that you play Pikachu, and you're having a hard time versus a Mario player, and you decide, well, all right, I'm just gonna watch my VOD and watch what I was doing wrong versus the Mario player. Now, you should always look at it as not just why did I get hit, but you should also look at it as what was the neutral interaction that would happen and cause me to get hit. And because why did I get hit is just a term that leads into punishment. It's not really neutral based. It's just studying punishment. You're not really studying the neutral. So when you look at the neutral, you look at the movement, you look at the little interactions, you look at the conditioning, and you pause between each interaction and you see, why did the Mario jump right here? Why did he throw out a fireball? Why did he dash back and then try to up smash? Why did he try to jump and then empty hop and then land with a grab or something? All those little things pay off in the long run, and when you see those little interactions and why those happen to you, then you can look into the punishment game. Then it becomes a lot easier for you to understand. So that's a really good way. Study videos, study a lot of videos, study not just your videos, but players that play your character and other players in general, because even me, like, I look at videos of players that don't even play Pac-Man, so I learn a lot from them. So with that being said, those are my 5 easy tips of getting good in Smash Bros. And I would like to announce that I'm still currently taking lessons, so if you're interested, the description is down below. And don't forget to follow all my social media. Now, follow all my social media, because by doing that, you're not just supporting me, you're supporting the entire Smash community. And it's really supporting everyone, especially during this downtime that we're having right now. So I really appreciate everyone that watched this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the bell for notifications, and with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.